My name is Gary Rayson, General Manager of Health and Safety at CITIC Pacific Mining. We're committed to ensuring health and safety is a key priority in our overall aim to achieve zero harm in the workplace. Musculoskeletal injuries are one of the biggest risks in our business, and reducing injuries associated with body stressing or manual handling is a major objective. Did you know that 74% of all injuries on site are musculoskeletal injuries? All of these injuries can be avoided by adopting a safe system of work when conducting tasks that involve lifting, pushing and pulling, etc. This video is one of our initiatives aimed at reducing musculoskeletal injury. I encourage you to listen and watch this video and take note of the information it contains. Most importantly, please take care when completing any sort of manual handling task and consider the risks involved. Please think before you act and stay safe. Thank you.
Have a perfect example of a soft tissue injury that occurred after an operator was driving a dump truck on a normal 12-hour shift. I'm going to tell you why core stability and flexibility are important to reduce these injuries. Core stability is important to reduce injuries because it helps maintain the correct spinal posture and your three main spinal curves, and it also helps to stabilise the pelvis and to stabilise your spine. There are four main core muscles. Basically, we have transverse abdominis, a deep abdominal muscle, multifidus on your back, and we also have your pelvic floor and your diaphragm muscles. When you're activating these correctly throughout your day, whether it's during normal manual handling tasks, whether it's operating a dump truck, driving over rough ground, or even when your load is being dropped, it's important to tense these muscles because basically that means your spine's supported and it reduces the likelihood of injuries. Whether you're operating a dump truck, operating a drill, or lifting heavy objects, it's important that you have strong flexibility to reduce your risk of injuries. We want to make sure we're stretching before we start our day, also after any long lunch breaks, and if we notice that any areas are tight or sore at all. Basically, it's important that we also use the correct stretching techniques. We want to start with some dynamic stretches, so basically that is the squatting and the arm circles and marching that we do before. Basically that increases the blood flow to the muscles and it gets them ready for the tasks ahead. We also want to do some static stretches, which include like a quad stretch, holding it for at least 20 seconds so we get the proper impact from the stretch, and we also want to make sure that we do increase our flexibility by doing these stretches every day. By increasing our flexibility, basically we're reducing the likelihood of injuries, and we can also target spots that are sore and tight, and therefore we can correct our posture as well. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through a basic core exercise. What I'll get you to do is keep your hands on the hips like you are at the moment, and basically just lift the heel off the floor and back down. Now, whilst you're doing this exercise, it's important to actually make sure you are activating your core muscles. Somehow, to do this, it's basically easy to imagine that you're drawing your belly button towards the back of your spine and that you're tensing your pelvic floor muscles as well. Now, I'll get you to do it once more. It's important to try and make sure when you're doing these that your hips are keeping straight and that they're not rocking to each side, and then you can tell you're really activating those core muscles. Now, it's important to use these core muscles through any activities you're doing throughout the day, whether it's when you're lifting a box, whether you're operating and driving over rough ground, or if your load is getting dropped as well. That can help prevent injury.
Management team. Musculoskeletal injuries account for 74% of the injuries that we see on site. It takes 1 second to injure yourself and a possible lifetime to recover. We don't want to see you at the injury management desk because that means that you've injured yourself. Listen up to all the tips that we have to share with you on this video and stay safe.